Welcome guys to yet another video. This is Mr. FXmosako. This is our weekly analysis for this week's trading week. So without wasting any further time, I would like to get into it. So basically guys, I use US30 as DXY as the US dollar currency index to determine the strength of the dollar and which direction it's going to. Apologies for it looking like this. I had recorded the video, then the video didn't want to play. It showed me an error, which was very disappointing because I showed you guys the setups that we kept from last week's. But yeah man, let's just get into it. So I'm doing a top-down analysis of this index, then GBPUSD, EURUSD, USDJPY, US30, and EurJpy. So the reason you're seeing a lot of these lines is because I'm a technical trader. So all the things that I use are technical trading. What's this word I'm looking for? The words and how we go about it, you understand the terminology, right? So let's get into it. So before we start, initially, please do press the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification button to always be updated with such content. And if you've been with me from the first video, thank you. And I hope that you are still learning valuable lessons and that you're seeing a difference in your trading as well. So without wasting any further time, let's get into it. So DXY guys, top down analysis. As we said, now that this price, right, I wanted it to come here, right, because this is the last time whereby this support structure here that we created based on this reacted. And basically I'm seeing this as the support structure based on that when price reacted here, it went up and hit this resistance for the second time. So here it was a false breakout, that it came back, then price reacted the way it did here, then it went up, then price reacted on the resistance, right, and came down. So when it came down, I knew, okay, it could want to come to this level here, especially once it came to this level here, and I was able to draw this trend line, downtrend line, right, from the highest current market resistance to the lowest support, which have significant roles based on the fact that there are reactions on them, right? And this was the second touch. So we're gunning for a second touch here at the bottom, right? But then we had this that happened, right, whereby structure broke out, came back, retested, and went to the upside a bit, then came back to retest this minor support structure, right, within the current. So now we're looking for current market, guys. We're looking for what's happening in the real time, right? So this that happened like last year, as you can see. Then coming into this year, it went a bit up until March. Then from March until May, around the 31st, the price started going up again. So it's been going up the whole of June, right? And this is a significant support structure as price reacts. Every time prices come here, there's always a reaction. So now, with knowing that and also looking at this candlestick here, this long candlestick, right, we want price as well to, when we're looking at this would be like a double bottom, right? So price came down and went up and came down again and went up again, and we're using this as the neckline, right? We're using this as the neckline. So these two resistant lines are significant to us, right? So this is going to be the minor for the current structure, and this is going to be the resistance for the overall structure at this point in time, right? So now we're still looking at two biases, right? Price coming to hit here, or price continuing to go up to fulfill this double bottom and come either here, break through, and come touch this high higher high right here that it hasn't been tested in a long time. So now let's go to the daily, and when we go to the daily, we look the price, we're in a correction. It's giving us a correction, right? So corrections are always nice because they confirm that price is just correcting, and after a correction it always goes to the upside. And in uptrends we get higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So this would be the first higher low, right, that we're experiencing on the price going to the upside on the higher time frame. So this gives us great conviction that this price could initially shoot up, because also look at how the wicks here have reacted, right? Price cannot go below here. Now I'm gonna go to the 4-hour to see the structure holistically, and what you can see right here, right, is that we're in a consolidation. So we've been consolidating since 22nd of June. So price has been within this minor resistance and support structure, right? And now when I'm looking at that, there are two ways price could go, right? And also don't forget having that conviction of the daily and knowing that this could basically go to the upside, right? As this is a correction, like looking like a correction, right? Could go to the upside. So if we want to take this trade, if it breaks through here, it's for us, we will use it as part of a confirmation that we're going to receive a strong dollar, right? But also, I'm sure you guys are wondering, why is this here? I did this from last week, right? From last week, as this is a support structure, right? This is a support structure within this current market, right? So within this current this resistance and support, we're going to use 991,371 and the resistance 92,397. So what I'm gunning for is right now, right, for me to be able to say, okay, I'm going to sell this price, as I wouldn't want to sell here, because if I had to, like you see, it's going to give me, like, I'm going to use too many pips. I cannot use 500 pips, right? So what I'm going to do is I brought it here so that I can use 187 pips, which is okay, you understand, which is okay. But I'm not going to trade DXY. I'm going to use these levels that, okay, when price gets to 32,137, it's confirming to me that the US dollar is going to continue gaining strength. And when I'm at GBPUSD, EURUSD, I'm going to sell. USDJPY, I'm going to buy. And if price doesn't break out and it's showing that, okay, no, we want to sell based on the fact that this trend line, you remember this trend line here, guys, it's only been touched once before going to the, let's wait for this thing to show up. You see, it only came here once, then it has never, price has never been there since. And it was able, when you, like I showed you guys on the higher time frame, it was able to go and hit this resistance here, you understand? So we were within this resistance and support, and this resistance, this was the second touch. So now we were looking forward to having let me just fix this. We're looking forward to having it come here, and we were going to take it. But like we always say in the forex market, things will not happen the way you think they will, right? But the fact that you were able to give yourself opportunities to realize, okay, if price gets to this certain point, this is how I'm going to react to it. And if it doesn't, I know it might react here. So there are many possibilities you need to set for yourself, so that when price does act in a certain way, you're able to say, okay, I considered this opportunity, and now it has come, and I'm going to take it in a certain way. And opportunity came by when this structure started hitting this minor support, went up, reacted again, touched and went up, came down again, and now it's going up. And I drew this downtrend for it to be filled up 90%, and you could say it's filled up 90%, right, if not 80%, right, because 100% would be it coming here to finish the double bottom and hit the neckline, right? So with that being said, I have two reasons to enter for a buy trade. I have a correction, I have a double bottom that wants to play out until the neckline here. So those are my reasons. And here I'm having confirmations here, you understand, confirmations. But then using my risk to reward ratio, I wouldn't enter here. I would enter here as it makes it easier for me, and I feel comfortable, because at the end of the day, you must take trades you're comfortable with, not trades that you're going to always be on your phone on. Trades that you're comfortable with, and you know, okay, I'm cool with losing this much. I'm cool with losing 50 pips, which you can convert into money. And once you do convert it into money, you'll be able to see how much you're going to lose. So maybe if you have a 0.01 lot and you calculate that, okay, with 50 pips, how much am I risking with 0.01? Then you realize maybe it's 5 rand, right? So you are risking 5 rand to make how much? 15 rand, because for everyone, you risk 1% to make 3% in reward. You're right. So you're gonna be able to get 15 rand. So you know, okay, with 50 pips, I know I'm gonna lose 5 rand, but with 150 pips, I know I'm going to gain. So I'm risking 50 pips to gain 150. You understand? So for me, this is okay and it's reasonable. And if price does not go to the upside, right, I'm expecting price to hit this resistance. Let's even go to the 1 hour to make it more clearer, right? So I'm waiting, and as you can see also, this is that downtrend I was telling you about. Every time price touches here, it reacts, and now look, it touched and is reacting to the downside, right? So with that being said, right, this could be my sell confirmation, and this could be where I put my stop loss. So instead of having this here, I would put it right here. You understand? I'll put it right here. Well, I'll try entering here, and this would be like a swing. You understand? It's going up, then it's a swing, then going down. Then I would probably put this thing like here. Understand? I'll put it there, but then I don't feel comfortable with it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to wait for price to do what it gotta do, and I'll wait for it to come here to break out, retest, then go to the downside, and I'll be able to go with it to the downside. And if it does get me into this trade like here, it'll be able to go in. I'll be in like a couple of, you know, down trades that are going to be in a loss, a bit in a minus, but then I know in the long run it's gonna come back, you understand, to the downside. So knowing that we have those things right in place, that this actually, for me to tell you to finish, sorry, I digress, it's to just confirm to me that okay, this thing, we're still looking at a weaker dollar, because this is a correction, and a correction always turns around by the support, right? Because it needs to test that support it broke out of, right? So we wanted it to come here, but look at price is rejecting in around this levels, you understand? So those are the things that we need to wait. Those are the things I'm using to say, okay, as long as we're within here, I know that it's a weaker dollar. You understand? Because that's what I saw within this correction. So this correction might end here, and if it doesn't, it's okay. You understand? So I'm just leaving it here for that. So now let's go to GBPUSD. Right, and as we come to GBPUSD, guys, you're going to realize that my perspective of the market can change, and I might have a bias. I might have a strong conviction of it going a certain direction based upon what the market is telling me, right? So now that we get here, you guys can see that we're in a channel, and when you look at it in the long run, we were able to come back to this structure here of resistance, which is the strongest one based on the past price action and how it reacted on it. And as we zoom in, realize, okay, price came back again here for a third touch, and it rejected the zone, and looks like now it's going to come back. And we could say this is a double top, right? Double top, and we want the price to come to here, if not fill up this whole channel 90%, right? So now that you guys see that, we're going to go to the daily to try to see the market structure properly, to be able to validate what we want to do and how we want to go about taking a trade, right? Then we look closer, we realize, okay, we're in a channel. We had one, two, three touches on the support. The resistance, we have had 2 touches, right? So with that said, being in mind, we know that with channels we could expect a 3rd touch, right? We could expect a 3rd touch. But looking at what price action did, it broke out of this channel and it came back to the upside and it rejected this area here, right, which is acting as a resistance, and it is near the channel's support line. You understand? And now we're going to go to the lower time frame for me to confirm to you a couple of things, right? So now that my bias, I'm looking at a sell, right? But I want, oh, you should like never ever be sold on one way. You understand? So now what I said is that based on this, knowing that it's a correction, and also this is a flag type pattern. You understand? Flag like type, because this would be the stick and this would be the flag, right? And we're gonna use the same rules we used on this channel here, right here. So this basically is confirming to me that, okay, price did end up coming near this level of support and this trend line, which is acting as a resistance right now, and it respected it and came to the downside. You understand? And while knowing that, I'm keeping in mind that this is a correction. This is looking like a correction, right? So there are 2 ways I would go about it, right? I would either right now start preparing for a buy setup, which a buy setup I would enter here, right? I would enter somewhere here and probably put my stop loss around no, it's too much, 15. No, I won't do that here. So but then let me see, I would have entered here to buy already, but price has already moved, you know, to the upside, and look now how it's rejecting this resistance level, right? So with that hitting this resistance level, I'm hoping to get a confirmation for me to sell. You understand? But then because it had a 2nd touch on the support, we're trying to look for a 3rd touch here again, a 3rd touch. It would even be greater if you probably have it here, because if it does come here and it rejects, it will definitely be confirming to us that, yeah, it is a correction and it wants to go to the downside, right? But because I'm so set on it going to the downside based on my reasons, I'm waiting for price. And already, as you can see here, this is what I put here, like I think last week as well. I think I had this from last week, just to confirm with me that, okay, if I had entered here, I'd be in profits. You understand? I'd be in profits, and whatever happens, if I see signs of selling, I'm still in a good space to sell. You understand? So if the structure, if I sell within this structure, I would be getting out here by the bottom here, because if it's a swing, then I'm going to enter here as it gives me comfortability. Also, and my pips are what, 37. You know, understand, it's small and I'm willing to take a risk of losing 37 pips to gain 123, which, you know, I'm always keeping my 3:1 risk to reward ratio, and I wanted to come and test this level here. Even better if it breakthroughs and goes to the downside. You understand? So now I want us to go to the 1 hour. So 1 hour, you can see, okay, price has already started going, it's rejected, and we're seeing sells. So one could have entered here, and had this stop loss like this, very tight one, even 15, you understand, and they would take it until like 3:1, which is going to be around there. You understand? You would take it till there, but then I'm looking at it now, and I don't want to force it right now. So I'm anticipating that if price cannot go above this, right? If price cannot break through if price cannot break through, retest, and go to the upside, I know that price is definitely, this was a correction, and this is the high of the swing, and here we just boom, when I go to the downside, and when it goes, will be triggered in. So this is a trade I'm going to set a buy stop on, a sell stop, I meant to say, sorry, a sell stop until we get to 1,375, which is my 3 to 1. You understand? Then I can decide either when I get there to lock profits and see if price will run with what I have done here. It will run with it, filling what I said here, filling this structure here. You understand? Filling this structure, because this was a major resistance and it rejected it, guys. So yeah, so if so that means if we're looking at price like this on here on the DXY, we're looking for a stronger dollar, and what could happen here is it just might break out and go to this level here and try hitting this level to complete the double bottom, right? Yeah. So now let's go back. We're done with GBPUSD. We're going to EURUSD. And what's even perfect, what I love about this, guys, when you download the DXY and you go into the USD pairs, looking at the structure tells you a lot, and that can give you a bias that, okay, from what I looked here and what I'm being told here, I could see the dollar gaining strength. You understand? Based on the structures like here, this is a double bottom, like this is a double top, right? We're on the weekly. This is double top. Look, touch, goes down, touch, goes down, up, touch, goes down to come test what? The neckline, right? So now we know we're looking at that. And also I had a uptrend line here, which you're going to see the structure perfectly on the lower time frame. And as you can see, we're going to the downside, and I did this when I wanted to enter here, right? Because that's where you should enter, like around here. This would be a confirmation and you would have entered, but I was really at the time, probably I wasn't sure. You understand? I wasn't sure, I was skeptical, so I just put this, and also like looking at the structure, if this is like a rejection, right, price might continue to go down to come retest this place here. If this isn't really a proper breakout, you understand, price might end up coming to hit this level here. So we must consider such things. But now we're talking about current market, you understand? So now the current market, you understand, okay, this buy structure here has been filled up 90%, and now it's giving me a corrections, trying to make a higher low than going for a lower low. You understand? So you see, we missed out on it. We were going to enter here and we missed out on it. You understand? So now we're going to enter other trades to even just this thing just justifies for me that I would, if I had taken this trade here, I still would have been in trade, and I know that it's still going to the downside, right? So now we go to the 4 hour, and as you can see, we're in a correction, right? And this correction has 1, 2 touches. This support has 1, 2, 3 touches, right? So now what I'm expecting could happen is that price could come here, hit a 3rd touch, then we could sell here and go with it to the downside, right? Or if you're a scalper, right, you could buy it until here. You could buy now and go there, but I'm seeing this as a correction, so I want to sell it. And also I want to sell it with the right pip amount. I don't want to risk more than 50 pips, guys. For me, 50 pips, it's uncomfortable. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is that if you convert this pips, like 30, like this pips, right, like 35 pips, maybe 35 pips will equal, let's say, $5, right? So if 35 pips give me $5, right, and we times 35 by 3, that would give me like 15. Let's say that will give me the pips. That 35 times 3 will equal $15. So I know, okay, I'm willing to take this 35 pip loss. It's fine. I'm good with it. You understand. And based on this structure here, I'm happy, man. I'm very happy and content with the results that I'm going to get. So also this price, right? I was going to wait for it to come here just to get an extra confirmation. But you know what? I was like, let me try entering this trade twice, as if this is a swing, this would be a wonderful early trade before it coming back and breaking through the structure and probably doing what I showed here. Breakthrough, then it's going to come to this level, then go up. I mean, it's going to break through this level here, come retest it again, and go back to the downside. Because what did I say this is, guys? This is a double top, and we want it to come where? One price to come to the neckline. And when you see a downtrend, what do you get? You get it goes down, get a higher low, then lower low. So now it's creating another higher low, then it's going to create a lower low, and hopefully the lower low will be happening already here. If not, it's going to happen here, a minor one, then we're going to take it here. And every time a higher low happens, guys, it's a correction, right? So it's a correction from the lower low, then it's going to create a higher low, then it's going to create another lower low. So based on that, because the higher time frame, we saw that we wanted to be we wanted to complete itself, right? And higher time frames are stronger than the lower what is it called, the lower time frame, because whatever direction in the weekly, if it's a buy, guys, eventually all the small ones, the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 minute, they're going to go up as well eventually. You understand? Because sometimes people get confused with the daily, it's a sell, 4 hour, it's a buy, then the hour it's a sell, then the 30 minutes is a sell, forgetting that the weekly was a buy. So what you have to do when you go to the lower time frame is you have to look for things like buying opportunities. So me, I observe the sell. So now when I'm looking at the lower time frames, I'm looking for sell structures, and sell structures is, what did I say? Correction. It creates lower lows, higher low, lower low, higher lows. So now that I know, okay, created a higher low, I would enter here, because my weekly is telling me it's in a sell. So I know, okay, it's giving me opportunity to enter before it's going to proceed going to the downside. You understand? Then now we go into the 1 hour to be able to get our trades properly, right? And as you can see, guys, we're in a structure. Second touch here, second touch, third touch. So as you can see, it's rejecting this area here. And I was saying, guys, if you want to buy, you could probably just put your thing here. Then you see what I'm saying, 35, 30, yeah, 30 pips. Then you probably would have put it until probably this level here. Let's look for a level to put it at, probably here, for this to touch this trend line. And to even make it even better, I'll probably try getting a 3, but I don't think you'll be able to get a 3:1 here. You understand? Because the TP, the stop loss, I meant to say, is a bit wide. But you can do it low. But then the problem with doing this low, despite it giving you a 3:1, is that price might come knock you out before initially going to the upside. You understand? So for me, looking at this trade, if you're a scalper, you can buy once it breaks out of the structure here. This structure here, it breaks out of it, you can buy. But then me, I want trades with great probabilities. So despite me aiming for a 3:1, I want it to also be like a 1 to 10. So for risking 1%, I'm winning 10%, guys, which is great. And this trades here, they're giving me a high probability chance of earning good profits. And also what's even perfect is that if I take this trade here and it goes down, and what I'm observing here, it going up, I'm able, don't forget, this is the TP, guys, of the structure here, right? My 3:1. Then this is the extra profits I'll be getting, right? These are extra profits. This is what I'm aiming for. Then the rest from there, it's extra profits. It's extra change. So now, if it does come down and breaks through here, then corrects itself, I'll be able to enter on this support structure as well. Because every structure after it's broken through, it needs to retest it. But it's not always going to happen like that. But if it does, I'm going to enter again and continue with it, and this will even make me more sure in terms of me trying to hold this trade, you understand, because I'll be into positions and one will already be in profit. So if this one just goes into like it triggers me and goes into minor losses, I won't be like touched as much, because on my total position profits, in the total positions I've put in, I know this one outweighs the loss of this, you understand. So even this is in a loss, in total I'm in profit. So now we're aiming to enter this 2 trades, guys, which let me just show you coordinates so you can enter. All right, and let me show you this one. All right, and don't forget that one, right? This one here, the trade, this is the 3 to 1. So 1,18108 is where you're going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, go to get take the 3:1. Great. So now let's go to USDJPY, which here looks like we're going to buy. You understand? So now you can see as we go to like other currency pairs, it makes it much easier knowing, okay, I had a certain perspective when I analyzed here, then when I got here and here I got a greater perspective. So it looks like the dollar wants to gain strength, you understand? Yep. So now we're doing the top down analysis. So we start from the weekly going down till the 1 hour, right? And 30 minutes, 15 minutes is for those who want to find an earlier entry. You understand? An earlier entry. That's the only reason I would go to the lower time frame. But I use the weekly because higher time frame, if the higher time frame it's a buy and you're seeing buy structures, you know that whatever happens on the lower, sorry about that, lower time frames, it's going to be a buy. So you'll be looking, like I said, for corrections that are going to give you opportunity structures that are going to give you opportunities to allow you to get in with the momentum of the market. And people are going to be wondering like, okay, why did you do this now? This, I saw it from Cat Floyd, and they use it as like a snapper entry. So you'll realize, guys, with technical analysis, it's always 3 touches. So 1, 2, 3. So every time on the 3rd touch or 4th touch, you must expect something different to happen. And it did happen here. It broke out and came to this level here and made a 2nd touch. So it's 1, 2, right? Then what happened? It went down. So now when it touches here, I know, okay, if I was here, I would have known, okay, I have this structure here that I can, until my TP touches there, which would be like 94, I can put it there. And if not here, I can put it on this one here. You understand? And now imagine you took it and you realize, okay, it broke through here. Then it came here, it broke through here. You see, you would have been in major profits, right? Then it touches here. So now it goes down. It respects this level here. So now when it respects this level here, you understand, Guti, it is strong, right? So if you're able to acknowledge that at that time, you are going to enter buy trades and aiming to come here. But as you can see, it ended up halfway. Which this one as well, guys, that 90% rule that I'm always talking about. You understand? It filled it up. Filled it up. Filled it up. So I use those for those reasons, you understand? So now, as looking at this, we are within a channel, right? We are within a channel. Here's the first touch, and here's the second touch. I could push it till here. You understand? But I just like clarity, you know. I just like clarity. Other people would just do it from here, and again do this. And I know this is like FX code guys. Yeah, they do this. You understand? From how I've been looking at how they trade, they would do this, right? But for me personally, I've personalized my trading to make it easier for myself. And as you can see, one touch, second touch, third touch, and the third touch showed us that this is a double top, and we would like price to come to the neckline and hopefully just break through, retest, and continue to the downside. And if price fails to do that, I want it to break through here, come retest the structure and continue to the upside to do what? To give this line here a third touch. You understand? I'm sure now you're getting it now, right? Yes, so now that we have that, we're gonna go to the daily, right? And when we get to the daily, I'm seeing price rejecting this level and doesn't look like it wants to come retest. Like, it's not looking like it's going to retest and go to the upside, right? Because now don't forget, this is a channel again, so we still use the same rules: 1 2 1 2. So now we're expecting a third touch here, right? So now what will make me enter this trade to come here? I will show you guys on the lower time frame, right? But as you can see here, like I told you why I would take this trade. So now let's go to the lower time frame to see the structure properly, right? So now I'm grabbing the structure and now looking at the structure. I'm considering, don't forget guys, this resistance line from the bigger time frame, this resistance and support from the channel, which looks like a correction, right? And this correction is also in a form of a double top, you understand? So that's great confirmations, guys. That's great confirmation. So basically now you can see why I put it here, right? So I basically put my stop loss here, I mean my buy stop here, because this is a significant structure right here, you understand? This is where price rejected, so this could be a strong price. So I was like, instead of me buying probably here, I mean selling probably here, or because I missed I could have sold it here, right? I could have sold it, but I missed this opportunity. I missed this one too, and I missed this one too. And also I didn't want to enter here as well, because you know you are not, after this breakout, you're very like reluctant, right? At that time, you're like, okay, now this structure looks like a buy structure. I'm looking for sell structures, you understand? So this looks like a buy structure, because this would be like a, it went up, it went down, this would be the higher low, and it would want to go back up. And I'm considering that because we just broke out of this resistant structure of the bigger time frame, you understand? Yes, but then if we are right as well, right, that okay, this looks like a stronger a weaker dollar, this will just go knock us in and go to the downside. And for me, I could probably take this, because so far it looks like a strong dollar, you know. Also, I'm putting this here, right? So I'll put this, let me just fix it for you. I would put it like here, right? Yeah, let me put it there on my third touch, or even better, put it on this second touch here, and use this as the basis of my my structure here. So look, I'm using 35 pips, and like I said, I don't mind using 35 pips, but my maximum is 50. So let me just take it down a bit. Then how much is it now? Let's see. It's 40, reasonable for me. I cannot go above 50. Then I know that okay, if it does put me into the market, right, that means this was a breakout, and we are going to hit that TP I showed you guys to confirm a third touch on that trend line, right? Yep. So these are the two trades we are expecting. So I'm going to put the sell stop and the buy stop. So now guys, you can also see here the levels I'm gonna enter at, but obviously I'm going to modify it as price shows itself, right? Yeah, as price confirms itself, so that I can enter a perfect entry. Then now we're gonna go to EURJPY. Now when we go to EURJPY, we gotta consider US30, USD and JPY. So now whatever is gonna happen, whatever trade we're gonna take here, it might be a similar one that we're gonna take here, you understand? So now this one right here, let's go to the weekly, right? We'll come here. You could say this is the same thing. This could be a double top, you understand? You could say this was a double top, and it respected this resistance over here. It has come here and it's respecting it, right? Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in, and it respected it and it's going up, right? So now let's try looking at the structure properly. But as you can see from the higher time frame, it looks like it's been gaining momentum to the upside, right? It's been going up and up and up. But then since it got to this resistance here, it's been reacting and went to the downside. So now let's go to the daily to get a proper perspective of what is happening, right? And I think one of my students, Tariq, I think, yeah, Tariq, he was asking me about time frame analysis, and I hope you guys are understanding and seeing how I'm using time frame analysis, right? So now we're on the daily, and now I can see the structure properly. Okay, I can see it's one touch. Let's fix it. This one touch, second touch. So now when I'm looking at this, right, I'm thinking of a couple of things in my head, right? It's either price. What's happening, man? Okay. So it's either price, right? It's either price. As you can see now, it's correcting. Looks like a correction, and it's on its second touch. It wants to come hit this resistance and make a third touch. But then what will give us an extra confirmation is if we are able to break through this thing as well. But then I'm going to enter before breaking through it. So considering a buy, we should consider it, but also we should look at this in terms of more of a form of like a swing. Like you see, it went down. This is the first swing. It's making its higher low. Then price will just probably fall. Then if it does fall, we're waiting for a breakout. We'll wait for a breakout. If it does price, if we expect a weaker dollar, price will go down and go to the downside. But for me, I'm looking at this and I love this structure. I love the structure as it went up, and this could be a higher low before creating a higher high. So I want to enter here, and I'll show you why I want to enter there, right? I want to enter there and go with it to the up to the upside. And if it doesn't, I'm going to look for sells, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So now I'm coming here, right? And I told myself that, okay, you know what? I'm willing to risk 47 to get a 3201. I'm comfortable with it. And you'll only see at the 1 hour as well why I'm entering like this. Then I'm going to take this trade just until here, man. You understand? But then you know what could happen, right? If Vela, it's a strong JPY. I meant to say, look, I'm saying I'm confusing this with the USD, right? So if we could expect a stronger euro, right, we're gonna take it until there. But if JPY might gain some strength, which I highly doubt, looking at what we did here, you know, we could expect something like, you see how it went up, came down, going up again, went down, and up again, and it's done. Should you get something like, wow, if it touches here and reacts here, that's how we'll know that we're confirming a downside. You understand? But for now, I'm looking at euro probably gaining some strength and coming to these levels, and then probably going up higher to touch this area at the top there that I showed you guys earlier on, this area here. So now let's go to the 1 hour. So you see, when I go to the 1 hour, it becomes obvious why I put my trade like this. You understand? But I might modify it. You understand? So what I could do is I could take it, enter here, and after entering here, use 38 and use this as my level, because now it has broken out and it's only going to retest here, and I'll still be in profits, and it will go to the upside. You understand? But then I'm willing to enter it like this, and I'm very happy about it. I'm confident about it. I'm good. But if we have to receive any sells, you could also just sell it here and use this as like your pips, put it here, and take it to the downside as well. You understand? Or if you're not willing to enter here, you can enter probably. I'm sorry, I would have entered now and done this. So for future reference, right? You probably enter there and have, yeah, this is 35 pips, beautiful risk. You can even take it low to 20 because you know that. Look at this levels, this high, this high, this high. Like for it to honestly like come and take you out, the odds of it coming to take you out, they're very low, right? But with an exception that the market does what it wants to do, despite us analyzing and doing all that, you know. But yeah, man, that will be my sell, one of my sells if I have to get in this trade. But from what I'm looking here, that was a great higher low, and we're looking to go to the upside, man. And I'm really gunning for this to, because how it reacted here was very nicely. So I wanted to complete this and give us a third touch on the resistance. On the resistance, you see, I wanted to just go a bit up, man, just go further up, and let me just look here. See, guys, it looks like it was correcting itself after coming here, corrected itself, and I'm liking this candlestick. You see this candlestick? See this one? It looks like this one is going to give us a 3 bed. So this looks like a correction, but obviously it's not as perfect whereby I can draw the triangle, right? But if you look at it, it's either a rejection or it's a thingy. What do you call this? It's a correction. And depending on what this candlestick is gonna do, this one here during this week, we'll see. If it goes to the upside, hey man, will be nice, you understand? So knowing that, I know that I have to look for buy opportunities in the lower time frame, and that's why I'm gunning for a buy here. You understand? And also, I feel like also here, look at price, right? I'm going to buy when it gets here as well, you know. So if we receive a strong Japanese yen, we'll be good because we see it here. But if we receiving a weaker Japanese yen this week, we know that all the pairs that are against the Japanese yen, we're taking them to the top. You understand? Now, US30 for me, honestly, I'm seeing this going to the top, basically. I use it from daily because this has just been going up, guys, going up, and I honestly don't know when it's gonna start like moving normally, but because this is index and it moves based on the shares and the top 30 tech companies, right? And whatever happens there, that's what moves it, you understand? So I don't know how it's going to work because we're also in the fourth industrial revolution and there's so much growth within technology. So I don't know when like it will stop going to the upside, you understand? So now, you know, I knew that, okay, price broke through here. This was going to be our support. And after this happened here, we knew, okay, this is going to be our resistance because this is the highest it's ever been. Then we knew that this thing needs to correct itself to come here and test these levels before going to the upside. And what had happened is it came here, tested it once, came back again. So this would be like the second touch after this one here. Then it went up. Then it couldn't come back and hit the structure here. You understand? Then it went back down. And knowing that it couldn't hit the structure here, price always has to go back, you know, and retest its previous price, right? And it never did. So when this happened here, this rejection and this tweezer top, tweezer bottom, we were able to gain the confidence and know that, okay, now we're going to the upside as it reacted perfectly on this area, right? This support level 33,285, right? And go to the 4. And this is a trade I took and I'm still holding, and you will see it on my Telegram group. So if you want to be updated with how I'm going about the analysis, go on my Telegram group, guys, and we can also have conversations there, man. Yeah, man. So I knew that okay, we have to go to the upside, and as you can see, we've been going to the upside, and now, as you can see, this is a minor correction. And let's go to the 1 hour. We wanted it to come here, right, and test here, then we would go up with it. And as you can see, this is a shooting star. It would have been better if it was green, but it is still a shooting star, right? So look here what happened when we received the same shooting star. Look what happened. Went up. Price went up. So we use this as one of our confirmations. You understand? So now if this candlestick becomes longer than this one, right, we can pretty much confirm that okay, now you can see it continuing to the upside. So now I'm putting my buy stop here. And honestly, guys, it's for me, right, because this thing is very, very, very volatile. So it depends on what type of amount you have on your account, right? So please trade carefully with US30. But if you want to trade US30 properly, I would say Xness, man. And especially if you like $100 or less, go to Xness. As Xness, it's, I don't know, it's different from like other brokers, right? So other brokers, you probably make thousands and thousands and thousands using like 0.01. This one with Xness, from what I'm realizing, is that I can trade even with like $10. You can trade US30. You understand? But thing is, when you make profits, you won't make profits like 1,000 whatever. You're gonna probably make like $5, $10, you know, $20. But obviously, the higher your lots are, the more, you know, risk and rewards you are going to get. But it's not like the ones that you probably see on like Instagram. People with US30 with like 20. No. It's different. So if you're using a lower amount, I would say Xness. Trade US30 with Agnes if you're trying to get a feel of things. So now I'm already in trades, and now I'm going to enter another one. Here are the coordinates if you want to enter with me. Then yeah, man, I'm going to take it to the top. So I hope I was able to go through everything properly, guys. Because I did a video, right, initially with last week's prediction and whatnot here, and I was correcting them and modifying them, right, while explaining to you guys. And unfortunately, the video, when I stopped it, there was an error of some sort and I couldn't play, so I had to redo everything. So I probably must have left out a couple of things or haven't added extra things, you understand? But then we'll have a conversation about it on the recap video, and also just keep updated with me on my Telegram, guys. You see Telegram, keep updated with me and how I take these opportunities I've just showed you. And also you can interact with me, man. Interact with me, ask me anything, man, and I'll be able to talk to you, man. And if you like this, please press that like button. And if you have any questions, also down below, man, comment section, just tell me whatever you want to learn, man, and I'll be able to upload a video about it in the future. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you really take the opportunities that I've given you into consideration within your trading plan, and I hope that we can all eat and take advantage of this opportunity. So catch you guys on Telegram, and I'll keep you guys updated. Have a wonderful trading week. Signing out.